daddy with a laughing little girl that he was swinging. And I stopped beside a Sunday school and listened to the songs they were singing. Excuse me. All right. All right. Yeah, whatever that was. I think we got everything in order here. We can begin. Susan, send out notifications. I'll be waiting a while. Hey, Wolverine. NZ Hills is in. Oh, it's like a test screen. I couldn't figure out what all the color was in the backdrop of your icon. Polo Love. Empire Jeff. Loot is in. Willie plays Trevor. Joe Harold. Dark Dingo. BTG. Reporting for duty, dude. For those who don't get that reference, it's to our Disgaea game. And it's funny. Benjamin's here. Vanessa. Jacundo Morgan. Franklin. Josu. Shadow Killer. Bryson. Saucy James. Dead Ninja. Haroon. Benjamin. Blue Morpho. Rich. Am I saying, Haroon, we had this conversation before. Am I saying your name right? I know we had a conversation about it because I try and be conscious of people's names, and Haroon is in with us. I think we determined I was saying that close to right, correct? Zeno says I am here because of Susan. No. Susan doesn't grant me anything like notifications. You're being ridiculous. Before the Discord notification. Wow, Wolverine says. Yeah. Oh, I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you guys too. This will be interesting to see. I got an email from YouTube last night, and then I'll tell you about don't let me forget. I'll tell you about my experiences that I've had over the past couple days with other YouTubers that have made me just. Why would you be on YouTube and not bother to learn anything about the way it works? I'll tell you that story. But I was just waiting to see. I don't know if Haroon heard me. I just want to make sure I was saying his name right. Well, thanks, Parzival. Yeah, looking pretty hot. I'll tell you though, I have been working out like a madman. I'm gonna have to take an extra day in between workouts this week because I did chest yesterday, and it's like my whole body was. I've been doing this for many, many years, and you get to learn to listen to your body, and my body was like, dude, calm the fuck down. But when I work out, I'm very old school, and all my sets I do not only to failure but beyond. So if I'm not in screaming, burning pain by the end of a set, I didn't do it right. Let me read this. Just give you an idea of this email I got. I think you guys will enjoy this. Let me see. I should have, if I had any forethought, I would have had this pulled up beforehand. It says from YouTube, Spaz Boys Comedy, you are eligible to have your own partner manager. Do you ever wish you could talk to someone directly at YouTube? You now have the chance to get your very own dedicated partner manager. This is your chance to team up with a partner manager for one-on-one strategic advice, direct access to YouTube, exclusive invites to YouTube events, workshops, and more starting in April. Space is limited, so make sure you apply by February. I applied. Do you think there's any chance that with someone like me, they follow through on it? Is there any opportunity for this? Hey, Christian. Watching Wall Street lose $70 billion because of ordinary people on both left and right alike has made me happier than I ever thought I could be. I will say this about that whole mess with the with Wall Street and with the stocks, the day trading and everything. It is funny to see. It's the first thing we've seen in how long, guys, that both the left and right can totally agree on that they're all having a good laugh at the expense of the billionaires. Hey, Spaz Kids here. Yeah, buy some GME games. Brax, I just because of all this, and I thought it was fun, I just set up I'm waiting for it to get verified, yes, and once again, I will look things up because I can't remember names. A Robinhood account. Got to mess around with it a little bit. Buy stock in soybeans, Gone says. Oh, excuse me, guys. I got to tickle my nose. No, nope. Tyler says no. Franklin says nope. No, I don't, but we'll pretend I do. No, I have no big delusions about that. Now, but it's interesting that they sent it out. And it's like, don't send it out to me if you don't plan on following up with it. but I will certainly keep you guys posted as to what, if anything, transpires with it. If they ever hear it back from me, or they send it to one of their staff and they look at my channel and the things that I say and do, and they're like, "Nah, we're not gonna get involved with that." It is pretty accurate. Okay, thanks, Haroon. I couldn't remember. I thought we'd had. I'm not even going to attempt your last name, but I thought we'd had that conversation. I want to make sure I was saying it right. Luis, greetings from Mexico. Oh, very good. Haven't been to Mexico in many, many, many years. Uh, Spazkid says, except Robinhood has been said to be selling people stocks without their consent because everything is nuts. Well, what I've seen of that so far, though, Brax, I haven't seen that verified. Everybody's so hyper right now. Now, they did shut down trading on GameStop and the others that were involved, but they came out with their big explanation for all that today. It's mostly bullshit. It's just trying to protect big investors and themselves. But they did come out with that. But no, I haven't seen where that's verified anywhere. People get over the top, too, because Robinhood got all that bad publicity because of shutting down trading on them. And then all of a sudden, people started saying shit like that, which, of course, if they can prove, would get Robinhood shut down immediately. Aiden says, watching in math again. Always watching in school. I know that, Aiden. Like I said, Aiden, you just got to tell them in school. Priority lists. They'll understand. If they don't understand why you're doing this instead of paying attention to your schoolwork, just tell them, let me know when they're looking, and I'll give them my GQ look, and they'll melt. I'll just go like this. And they'll melt. They'll be like, I get it now. Neo Midgar says, hey, Curtis, I got a question. Have you ever seen anything on the channel as funny as I Can See the Future? Ooh. I don't know, Neil. I've probably seen things that maybe made me laugh as hard, but none ever made me laugh harder than that. I Can't Control My Body probably made me laugh about as hard as that. Yeah, and individual creators like Meat Canyon, DA, Devil Artemis, Brandon Rogers. They've all had individual things, I think, where I may have laughed that hard, but no, never any harder than I laughed at that. I couldn't tell you how many times I've seen that clip, and it will make me laugh the same way today that it did the first time I saw it. It's just so perfectly put together. I just love that. Thanks, Angel. Yeah, I love my pops. Oh, excuse me. Angel says, nice Funko collection, by the way. But yeah, nothing has ever made me laugh any harder. There's one of Brandon specifically really got me too. Oh, joke's on you, gay shit. I don't read the English. That one always gets me too. Morgan says, I've been working like a dog this week and my brain hurts, but Free For All Friday shall get me through the rest of the day. Absolutely, Morgan. One thing's for sure, Free For All Fridays are perfect for when you're overwhelmed, when your brain is overwhelmed, because your brain doesn't have to be functioning at all to have fun at Free For All Fridays. It's not a requisite. Darts from Egotus, that was probably up there. Big Green's got a good one. Dots. Yeah, so there are individual times that I've laughed as hard as that, but I don't think I could laugh any harder than I laughed. I Can See the Future without dying. Like says, greetings, I have arrived to cause random violence, which is cool, but you're gonna have to get in line. We got a lot of random violencers today. It's a regular station here at Free For All Friday. Tyler's probably right. Says your representative from YouTube will be the janitor from YouTube headquarters, and it'll just be a run-of-the-mill janitor. Won't be a genius one like in Good Will Hunting or something. Just a random guy. And it will be a dude. Won't even be like a female custodian, because I watch porn videos and I know a lot of times they will have sex with you. Rockley says, just saw Meat Canyon vid involving Jimmy Neutron. Had me at what the fuck territory. Rockley, don't know all his videos. I mean, even just the way he presented this last one with the Ben 10 one. Holy I knew you two was fucking. Aiden says, I just put you up on a mini portable projector in the bathroom. I have like 5 of my friends in here. Hey, let's say hi to Aiden's friends. Hi, Aiden's friends. Oh, we're in the bathroom. I feel like I should take my pants down. Oh no, wait, they're already. I forgot I'm not wearing pants.
Yeah.
That was almost embarrassing. Well, embarrassing for you guys, not for me. It's looks just like a penis, only smaller. Yeah. Well, everybody should take. If you're on mobile device, you should take your mobile devices into the bathroom now, even if you don't have to go, so we can have like a bathroom party. How many Karens are we gonna have? Benjamin says. Karens won't last long here at Free for All Friday. It's not a quality environment for them. His head his kid says, take it down. Oh, I'll tell you guys what I ran into with other YouTubers. Now, I think what I'm about to explain, all of you will understand immediately. So I don't get why other YouTubers don't. I really want to these songs. The first one. Come on, come up with it. You can think of what you're talking about. The first one I did, Tell Me That You. Those songs that I'm going to put lyrics to, they're just the YouTube stock music and I'm putting lyrics to it. I've got several more lined up that I want to do. I really, really like doing that. I think it's a lot of fun. It's different than other things on YouTube. So I wanted to try and get the word out and about. So I figured, what would be a good way to do it and be a mutually beneficial way is I will contact some smaller YouTubers who are in Fuck Off Train. I started with YouTubers who do reactions to songs. I figured that covers everything. You got the music angle, got the reaction angle. I'll reach out to them and I'll offer to sponsor a video, one of their videos. So basically all they would do is, you guys have seen it a million times. You'll see within the video, they'll say, hey, Spaz Boys Comedy wanted to sponsor this video. They got a new line of videos out that I think, being the host says, I think is fun and funny. And explain what I'm doing, show a little clip, and that's it. That's your commercial, right? Sounds like a good idea. I mean, we're talking YouTubers that have probably in the neighborhood, maybe 10,000 subscribers. And I can tell you that when you have 10,000 subscribers and you make videos regularly, you're not making a lot of money. I mean, everything that we bring in here at Spaz Boys and at the Goosh is from you guys being so generous in super chats. And of course, the Gooshers carry a huge bulk of the support. I can never, ever adequately express how grateful I am to all the Gooshers who have been with me for so long and continue to be. So that's where this financial support comes from in our having the YouTube and the Goosh. So what I'm saying is I know that these aren't people that are making a ton of money. So I thought, here's a cool thing, I'll pay a fair rate at whatever their videos do per, and all they have to do is make that little commercial, because I'd like to see what people think of the video and of the idea for those videos outside of you because you guys already love me. I want to get people who will look at me and go, not that you guys don't, but they'll go, God damn, and I'll have to win them over. I want to see what their impression was. So, long story short, these YouTubers can't understand that concept. They think that it's some sort of scam or something. I contacted the one lady and I was explaining, I made initial contact with her and she got back to me. She's like, oh, it might be something we can do. And so I explained to her everything, how it would go. I said, we'll work out a price. I said, now remember, make sure if you do this though, because she's a newer YouTuber. She had like 12, 13,000 subscribers though. I said, make sure that in the video, you state that I'm sponsoring this for you. I said, just so you don't get in trouble. YouTube, that's the law, and YouTube has to back that up. If you can't present something as being, hey, I just found this guy and go see him when I'm paying you to do it. I said, so just to make sure you stay out of trouble, let your audience know that it's a sponsored event. Scared her right off. Because immediately she thought she was going to get in trouble and it was a scam. Well, it's got to be. If you're telling me things like this, if I can get in trouble with YouTube, it's got to be a scam. How can you be doing something like this, like creating online video, and not even be remotely, and she's not the only one that I ran into that with, remotely acquainted with the idea of someone wanting to sponsor a video? Is it just me? I mean, most of you guys aren't YouTubers, and you would understand if you got an offer like that, you would immediately understand it, wouldn't you? I don't know. I was stunned by it. And again, so you don't want to make a few extra bucks from one of your videos? Okay. I mean, there are other routes I can go, but uh, expecting people to actually take an interest in what they're doing, I guess, is too much. Xenogame says, because of watching the finale of Tokyo Ghoul, that was my 29th anime that I've watched. Now it's hard to find good ones to watch. Is Charlotte good? Oh my God, it's harder now. Maybe longer anime now? Yeah, you might have to start expanding, Xeno, in length. Charlotte, you have to ask the gang. I don't know. What do you guys think? What advice would you give Xeno for next? Let's see. Some people might be trying YouTube because they did shit at school. Maybe they were watching streams during class. Jack, stop. Listen, watching a Free For All Friday stream, Jack, is so much going to prepare you so much more for life than what they're teaching in school. Yeah. Jack says, well, it's common sense, so it doesn't surprise me people don't get it. Hey, Phil, good to see you, pal. And Crying Bastard, I love that. Crying Bastard says, yo, Curtis, how are you? Just dropping by to say hi. Glad you did, pal. But you know what? Do you guys know what I'm saying? How can you know, why would you assume that something like that would be a scam, particularly the way it's presented? You know, I laid it all out to them very plainly, and I just thought, you're YouTubers. You would think there's somebody's coming to you with something like that. You're like, oh, cool. Here's a way to make a few extra bucks. And no, you said I could get in trouble. I said, no, I didn't say you could get in trouble. I said you get in trouble if you don't expressly tell people that I'm paying for this promotion. I said, not only does YouTube not mind it, they encourage it. YouTube runs a site that will hook YouTubers up with people who want to sponsor their videos. But I shouldn't go on about it. I guess I shouldn't be surprised ever by anything like that. Smokey Loki says, been a while since I'll catch a stream. Good to have you, pal. Hope you're doing well, Curtis. I am. Thoughts on the whole GameStop stock mayhem? We were just talking about it, pal. It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch in the same respect that you can't take your eyes off a train wreck. But yes, it's insane what's going on. Absolutely insane. Oh yeah, Death Note is one of my favorites. Void plays No Game No Life. No Game No Life was good. That's not up. I've never seen an anime that I didn't enjoy, but No Game No Life is not high on my list. Death Note is way up on my list. Excuse me. Oink makes a good point to something I had said earlier. He says, I also watch porn, and I can tell you for a fact that the male janitors will also fuck you. That's very true. You make a good solid point. I did not think about that. Boku no Pico Academia. Big green. But I will tell you guys this. If any of you know a YouTuber that wants to make a few extra bucks and is in that range that I talked about, put them in contact with me. If they have an audience of what I design, that these songs would play to. But I mean, there are other ways I can do it. I can get the word out other ways. You can do ads right here on YouTube and stuff like that at reasonable prices. But I was just stunned by the ignorance to how everything works to people that want to be YouTubers. Oh yeah, Keijo's lower than No Game No Life. Absolutely, Philip. And again, I always hesitate to talk about the bottom of my list because it's not like I didn't like those. I enjoyed all of them, or I wouldn't have continued watching them. It's just everything can't be a huge hit. And yeah, Keijo I think brings up the rear. Get it? Because they beat each other with their butts. Keijo brings up the rear for the ones I've seen. Because it was fun to watch the titties and the asses in combat. But that's all. It's not like something like High School DxD, which is all about fan service, but is also, to me, brilliantly funny with fantastic characters. Keijo was just blah outside of the great boobs. Tokyo. Lick says, I recommend Tokyo Tribe too. Correct, the blues. He says, just arrived to the greatest stream ever. Skideo says, I wonder if Curtis still has the Dark Magician Girl drawing I sent him. Anything you guys have sent to me, I have. I keep everything like that. The only thing is, I'll look for you real quick. I backed everything up on a portable hard drive, and I think my fan art things are on it. Yeah, shit. It'd take too long to get them out. Um, yeah, because I know it's in a folder just called fan art. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have it handy here to show you, but yes, I'm sure I have it. But it's on. God damn it. Because when I backed everything up when I got the new computer. Was it last year? Yeah, it's not here anymore. But yes, I still have it. Oh, High School DxD, Benjamin, so good. And I went into it knowing that Rhea Gremery was going to be there, so I was happy to get started. But then ended up she's not even my top waifu from that show. But beyond that, it was just so fun. I just love those characters. Absolutely love them. And Issei is one of my all-time favorites. He's turned into a quality harem master right there, my boy Issei. And the whole, especially in the earlier episodes, the Issei Kaneko relationship, that dynamic is one of my favorite things in anime. That's true. Wolverine said, Mark Bark said you sold everything though. That's true. I have most everything. I did sell some of the fan art, and no, I sold it all. Soder says, I could kind of understand the scam thing. I forget its name, but remember that online therapy site that a lot of people got sponsored a while back? People were paranoid after. And that might be the case, Soder, but just in what they've relayed to me, they aren't even aware of things like that. Because they had no idea, the ones I've contacted anyway that did get back to me, they had no idea that this type of stuff even exists. So the thing is too, that shouldn't play into it, because I tell people right away that I'm willing to take the risk on this, and I will pay you up front. I don't pay people after they make the video. I always pay up front. I only contact people that I think are legitimate enough that I'm willing to take that risk. So there is no risk in it. If they decided to do it, they'd be paid before they made the video. Oh, I love High School of the Dead, Benjamin. Yes, and the boob physics in that were great. I like where the boobs get used as the prop for the rifle. Oh, that's true too. Like Lude says, I never had anything in the first place. It's a green screen. You got to remember, Mark Bark did out me on that. God damn it. Goddamn Mark Bark. Everything was going along fine until he got, you darn kids, I'd have gotten away with it too. Or you darn kid. Promise Neverland. Yeah, I love Promise Neverland, Ty. Excellent anime. Really, really excellent, creepy anime. Yeah. Yeah, that's.
Oh yeah.
I now doesn't Promise Neverland. That's one of the ones on the slate. Is Chrome here? Chrome always has a nose right off top of her head. I think Promise Neverland is one of the ones on the docket for another season this year. Correct? I believe. Jack says, "LOL." So basically, they'll never achieve anything because they're wary of everything and are unable to grasp basic concepts. Almost feel bad for them, except I don't. Hashtag evolution. Yeah, Jack. I was just shocked, and I know that not everybody's been around this type of stuff as long as I have, so I'm very specific when I approach them. And exactly what I'm asking for and how we would go about it. And then, like I said, I even take the extra step to remind them, because they are newer YouTubers, to make sure that you mention that I paid for that promotion so you don't get in trouble. And even given all that, they're like, oh, no. But like Jack says, it's going to be very difficult to get ahead doing this type of stuff if you're unable to determine what is legit and what is not. Roll Money says, I'm not going to lie, but you look like my orchestra conductor. Oh, I can tell you that any orchestra I conducted, oh, they'd all be starving. I just feel bad for your orchestra conductor for having to share this. You got to check out Black Clover sometime. Very, very good anime. Gives off Berserk and Bleach vibes. Yeah, we talked about Black Clover a bunch, Mr. Croissant. Black Clover is something that I'm positive we'll get to at some point here. I feel really confident of that. Let's see. Oh yeah, a little under. Yeah, we're on a delay. I run the well, the streams are always naturally on a delay, but it's a little longer because I run them through Streamlabs, and that just takes another step. So we've always got a little bit of a delay here. Lud says most reaction YouTubers take requests and recommendations. Not too many do the sponsorships like you. At least not reactions from other YouTubers, unless it's from a company they'll think it's a scam. Well, like I say, Lud, but again, in this business, if you want to do the business of YouTube, or in any business, you have to be able to look at risk reward. And if I'm coming to you, have shown you the video I want you to promote, you can see my channel, see how long it's been in place, and I'm going to pay you up front, and you still think you're being scammed somehow, then I just can't, I can't help you any more than that. I can't hold your hand any more than that. Phyllis says, I finally watched the Konosuba movie. Oh, me too, Phil. Wasn't that long ago I finally watched it. Gotta say that Cosmo getting trapped was well deserved. Nice bit of schadenfreude for me. Yeah. Yes, it was, Philip. I really enjoyed it. I like the series so much that it's like, I guess when you really enjoy something and then you're going into another element of it, like, from the series to the movie, I guess there's always the concern that it's not going to live up to what you've seen prior, but that did. I really liked the movie. I was glad I finally got to watch it. No, Soder says, I don't know because I haven't seen Black Clover, but Soder says, how does Black Clover go off Berserk vibes? No way did I feel that. Really? I can't comment intelligently because I haven't seen, oh, man, Berserk, though. Just talking about it again. Talk about an anime that left you feeling uncomfortable a great deal of the time. Yikes. Jack says, yeah, I mean, it's as simple as it gets. So again, not surprised people can't understand it. Yeah, and like I say, Jack, I think I do a good job. That's where at least the writing background comes in handy somewhat. I can convey what I want to convey through the written word, and I'm very detailed about what I'm offering, and they just can't wrap their brains around it. And as I was saying to Lude, I don't know what more you could have. I don't know where you're ever going to do business if you think that what I propose to. Now, if somebody just doesn't want to do it, that's fine. I completely understand that. It just might not be what they want to do with their channel. Maybe they don't even like the video I made. That's all understandable, but that's not the reason I was given. It's like they're all concerned that there's something more to it and that they're going to get in trouble, or that it's like I say, or it's a scam. And it's like, well, if I'm a scammer, I'm not very good at it because scammers usually do not pay you up front before you provide the service. Benjamin says, Konosuba needs a season 3. I'm now giving you oh, yeah. Konosuba is one of the best ever. Yes, I'm Kazuma. Connor says, hey, Curtis, I know you're watching DBZA. Yeah, rewatching it. My favorite character in that is Vegeta. My favorite character in DBZA ended up being Krillin. Although, those of you that watched today know we're talking about that. Nappa was my early favorite. But the times Krillin got owned and everything. And in the regular DBZ, my favorite was Fat Boo. Excuse me. Mr. Croissant says, although also one thing that I've noticed about this channel is the fact that unlike most channels, you make it a point to credit the original producer regardless of platform. Not everyone does that. Yeah, that's the thing, Mr. Croissant. I think a lot of the stuff you'll see like that, I think it just comes back to me living in the world of wrestling for so long and people will go, well, how the hell does that relate? But it does, because respect is the ultimate priority in wrestling locker rooms and in that society. And that goes along with the same thing. That's just a respect thing. I would never make videos or something like that without completely crediting the original creator. And I wouldn't be comfortable. I wouldn't make reaction videos if there was, for some reason, I couldn't properly credit those who worked on the project I'm reacting to. Ty says, speaking of movies, have you seen any of the One Piece movies? No. Nope, I've not seen any of the One Piece movies yet, Ty. No, I have not. Jack says, yo, what's up? Just finished watching your Ben 10 Meat King reaction. I was rolling on the floor. Was that good? Keep up the awesome content. Well, thanks, Jack. That was fucking hysterical. Goddamn. And as I said in the videos, and I mean it sincerely, I still find myself trying to, when I go into a video, like say the Ben 10 one, imagine where Meat's going to go with it. And it's always way creepier and way funnier than what what I even thought of. Jesus. I knew you two was fucking Grandpa Max. Oh, I loved it. Zeno says, quick question to everyone. Do you need to actually know most of the characters' names to actually like the anime? Keeping up with names is difficult right now. Well, you see what, well, I'm never a good one to ask about memories, because you know my issues. But that's why I have to give the nicknames. Now, if, I give nicknames because I want to comment continually on what I'm seeing. And I want to be able to relate to you guys as you're watching with me. So if I give a character a nickname that is a memory trigger for me, at least you guys will know who I'm talking about. If I were watching it on my own and not commenting, I don't think knowing the names would be that big a deal. It's knowing, I remember their actions and their activities better than I remember their names. So for me, it wouldn't be as big a deal. Again, I have to do the nicknames because it's important when you're doing a reaction video to be able to be specific about who you're talking about. Let's see. You gonna give Boruto a shot eventually, Shadow? See, the thing with me with Boruto is, and again, you guys have never steered me wrong on anime, and knowing that by and large, greatly by and large, people are underwhelmed with Boruto. The reason I doubt I'll ever get around to it is because A, because of that, B, because I was very satisfied with where Shippuden ended. But beyond all that is there are so many anime that you guys do have me hyped for that I'm so goddamn old by the time I get through, even begin to try and get through all the ones that you already have me hyped for, there won't be any time for Boruto, one that I'm not as hyped for. Monkey King says, how much did you love the story with Jiren? His level of power seemed unconquerable. Yeah, I was just, Monkey King, I was just completely engrossed into all of that. Super was fantastic. Love Dragon Ball. Wolverine says he isn't reacting to Boruto. We don't watch shit. Yeah, and I would have been, as I said, I would have been more enticed by it, except for just the fact that, again, I thought Shippuden had a great ending. If it, like, say the what was it, season 3 is the last AOT season I've seen, right? I just get the numbers mixed up. But the final season of Attack on Titan, and that's still what sticks with me, is I can't wait to see what's across the water. They left you with something like that that's like, I need to see this. Shippuden didn't do that for me. It tied up nicely. So and then when the all you guys started relaying back to me while we were still watching Shippuden, as a matter of fact, started telling me how underwhelmed you were with Boruto. It was like, all right, I get you. Yeah, it wasn't something that was high on my list anyway, so I trust you guys' opinions. And even those, surprisingly, and just, again, the other day, I'm always hearing about it, but somebody said to me again the other day, and you guys have seen it in the chat here, talking about Boruto, and somebody will say, well, you really should watch Boruto. It's slow, and some of it's not so good, but it's gotten good lately. So how many episodes of slow and not so good did you want me to watch to get to some of the, well, it's pretty good lately stuff? We all know what is really needed, Mr. Croissant says, and that's an Adventures of Curtis anime series. Wolverine Boruto is a literal cancer on society. Okay, Little Ender. Yeah, did you need some attention? Here's some attention. I see you now. Okay, there you go, Bucky. Mr. Croissant says, I can't believe that Attack on Titan fans complain about the animation for season 4. Mappa is amazing. Really? I'm not, you guys know that I appreciate great animation, but a drop off won't really affect me much. I get too wound up into stories and characters. There'd have to be a major significant drop off in animation quality for me to even think to comment on it. But again, too, I've admitted before, and I'll tell you guys, I always go into something, I'm always looking to like it. That's why I would never be, I love doing reactions, and doing a reaction is different better, is different than doing a critique. I wouldn't be good at critiquing because I don't like to look for the warts in something. So if I notice them, it's because they're really egregious. When it comes to Boruto, I'm in the camp of Rosalina says, yeah, and I'll tell you, Rosalina, that seems to be a lot of people. I mean, there are some, like Wolverine was just saying, some people hate it. Some people really enjoy it. But I think I think you're in the majority. Most people are just just again, from my interactions, and we're talking anime all the time. That seems to be the predominant perception, is just, it's Boruto. It's Naruto's kid, that type of thing. Tyler says, the only anime that I can say started slow and was good was Katekyo Hitman Reborn. And that's because it changed what genre they were going for. Oh, when you said Hitman Reborn, that's been mentioned before, Tyler. I've never seen it. I don't even know anything about it. I've seen that name before. Milog says, I don't know about Curtis, but one day when I'm good enough at animating, maybe drawing Golden and the Train wrestling each other might be something I'd want to do. I'd be hyped to see it, Milog. I'd love to watch it. The one thing I can guarantee you guys is I will never be good at drawing. When it's pathetic. When I tell you I can't even draw a decent stick figure, I am not lying to you. It's sad. I can picture in my mind what I want to go on the paper, but what goes out on the paper, whatever that dog shit is nothing like what I pictured in my mind. Downbeat Dialga says, hey Curtis, hope you're having a good day. I am, my friend. Really like the Patreon content. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Sorry to bug you. No, not at all. But do you think you'd still react to My Hero Abridged by Joyride Entertainment in the future? Is it good? I have a stupid question. You wouldn't be saying that if it wasn't. I like abridgments. The biggest thing I've seen with them for some reason, Downbeat, is we've had more issues excuse me, with copyright strikes on abridgments. I think almost more than we had when we were doing regular anime reactions on here. And I see that's not a commonplace thing. A bunch of reactors get away with it. We don't. The best answer I can give to that is once we catch up. See, I'm sure, I feel confident we're going to be fine with DBZA, because what happens with the DBZA videos, those get third-party claimed as soon as I post them, which is fine. That just means they take the monetization from them. But because they're doing that, that means I'm unlikely to get a strike or just to get a claim. See, the thing is, even when they claim, every time I've gotten a copyright strike against an abridgment reaction, of course I win the case. I counterclaim and win, and it gets put back up. It's just a pain in the ass. So when we finish DBZA, I was also going to do, because it's been requested, a rewatch of Igota's Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. That was the main villain in the copyright claims. If that one goes through and is no longer getting copyright claim, then yes, I would be open to more. And considering how much I really like My Hero, if I felt like we could get through it without issue, yeah, I would probably watch something like that, I would say. The most recent season of My Hero has been my favorite season of all. I know I'm in the minority there, but I really liked this last season. Benjamin says you should watch anime behind the scenes of the voice acting. It's hilarious. We've watched a lot of those, Benjamin, over at the Goosh, at our Patreon. We've had several of those sponsored, and you're right, they were really good. They were really good. As a matter of fact, I don't know if Morgan's still here. Morgan sponsored some of them. But we've had a bunch of those sponsored, and yes, it's very enjoyable to see those behind the scenes. Morgan's for those who don't know, a huge Death Note fan, and she sponsored some videos of behind the scenes stuff from that, and it was fascinating. Monkey King says, who's your favorite Naruto and Dragon Ball? Bad. If you have a big series, and I'm trying to think of a favorite, I'm going to forget people. So we do it all together. They help me determine it. And Naruto, not surprisingly, my favorite in there was Hashirama. Dragon Ball. Hold on. Susan, what's going on here? Hold on a second, guys. What's going on? All right, hold on. I can't refresh this page because I'll lose some of your comments, but mine is lagging. Let me see if it's lagging for you guys too. Let me pull this up on my phone. Let me pull it up on my phone. You guys are even hearing me right now. Okay, now it's back. Did you guys just lag out horrifically? Because I'm showing it as taking a lag. Okay, now let me catch back up. Trying to remember everything I was just saying because uh, I think the if you guys didn't hear it all, the long and short of it, downbeat was if everything goes well with Egotas and I can get through that without copyright issues, then yes, there's a good chance I would watch that an abridgment of My Hero. And Wolverine said check last post. We're getting a lot of reaction requests. Should we just time out anyone with a No, Wolverine, we don't need to time them out. A lot of people are new and don't know. If you guys want to, and it's not that, if you guys want to remind them that I'm not taking reaction requests, that's fine. But I don't have a problem with people doing it. It's not like spam or something because typically they just don't know. So I don't have, I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to time them out over it. Now, if you've asked somebody to stop making requests, obviously, and they just keep doing it, by all means. So you guys did, yes, you guys all had lag. Okay, it wasn't just me then. Okay, now let me make sure mine is back. I want to make sure you guys is as well. Let me let the chat catch up here. It's good now. Everybody else is good. Okay, that was weird. That was just so random. That's one of the big advantages when we're doing our chat streams. At least here, I have enough room on my desktop to keep a view of the signal outgoing as well, so I can see when something like that happens. When we're gaming or something, I can't see it. Okay, yeah, exactly, Lou. That's where I am. People aren't being malicious by any means in making requests for reaction videos. So no, I don't have a problem with them doing it. I explained to them the same thing. I'm not really looking for anything new now. Like what was just brought up there, like regarding that abridged. That's a different thing because it was a question that had come up before and was being reiterated. Do you think you would do it? And that's the only reason I haven't tried that out is all the problems I've had with abridgments. Yes, exactly, Big Green. Or if the same person keeps doing it after being told not to. Yeah, exactly. But as far as somebody just doing it, people don't know. They're just, we do reactions at the channel, so it's natural to think on a stream you could ask. Ever going to try watching episode 19 of Slap on Titan? Not sure yet, Jeff. Again, I want to wait till we get to Egotas and see how that goes because that was the one I had the most. Although Slap on Titan, I had a copyright claim on too, but that was the one I got the most issues with. So if it seems like these new copyright rules that YouTube has instituted have cut down on that, then I will open the gates to more abridged reactions again. Philip says, "Fucking Christ, it's cold up here." Oh, I think this morning when I got up, it was -1 air temperature, not wind chill, where we are. When I just went out a little while ago, I had to run out and get gas and pick up a couple things at the store, and it was 10 degrees at that point, and that was midday. It was 10 degrees. Rick says, "Please never react to any anime again. Take the Wii vaccine and cure yourself." Never. I wish to have no cure. I got a fever. And the only cure is more anime. Fuck cowbell. Rosalina says, "I've watched a lot of your Egotas vids. They were a blast." And the DBZA hits even closer to home because it was my first anime. Is my first, took my virginity. And now it's a lot of fun rewatching it because I've seen, I have context of all of the Dragon Ball series. So it just makes it a lot more fun. Egotas we're going to rewatch because there are several new episodes. And to be honest, my memory's so bad, it's been a couple years since I watched them. I'm afraid I won't get a lot of the jokes and any callbacks I'm going to miss and stuff like that. So seeing as how you guys actually seem to enjoy a rewatch after a certain amount of time, I figure we'll just catch up right from the get-go if those stay up without issues. Mr. Croissant says, speaking of weather, we just got 12 inches of snow this past week, and we're getting more this Saturday. Midwest, the worst when it comes to weather. Yikes. We got some this week too, Mr. Croissant. Where I am, I think we ended up with like 5 or 6 inches. I wish I ended up with 5 or 6 inches. Yeah, not nearly that much, but yeah, I've had enough of winters. I'm really hoping, as I told you in that video about my stepdaughter, we really want to retire someplace without all the hassles of winter. The biggest concern is figuring out how we're going to do that in relation, making sure my stepdaughter has the best possible scenario. Well, we had talked about that before, Lude. He says, well, technically Naruto was your first anime. I don't know if watching an abridged counts as watching an anime. We've had that conversation before. I count it because it's based on an anime. And that was the first exposure I had to any anime. And it's what got me into wanting to watch anime. So, yes, I absolutely count it. Thomas says, you plan on watching the Super Bowl? Sure. I watch every year. I don't have a big rooting interest this year. They're both teams that I don't hate either one of them. I'm not big fans of either one of them.
Yeah.
I like Patrick Mahomes. I think he's a really good kid. And I like seeing him succeed. He's already got a Super Bowl. Tom Brady has a couple as well. It would be kind of funny to I don't hate Bill Belichick, but seeing how he can be kind of a douche would be kind of funny to see his quarterback that he is tied to for all of history, what they've accomplished, take off and win a Super Bowl without him. So that'd be kind of funny too. So I don't really have a rooting interest, but I'll watch. Yes, Milog says, Baldman, has anyone at the Goosh ever mentioned an anime called Bakemonogatari? Yeah, the only reason I was able to say that, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, but to say it in my pronunciation that quickly is because I've seen the name so many times before. Know nothing about it, Milog, but it does get mentioned, yes. Monkey King says, Curtis, I've always loved your channel because you come off as so genuine. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Plus, we've learned all about your life and past and family from certain videos. Love you, Curtis. Well, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. I've always told you guys that, and I'll stand behind it. The one thing I'll always promise you is honesty. I don't... In other words, like if you could ever stumble upon something that I wouldn't answer, if you guys had a question about something and I didn't want to answer, I'd say, nah, I don't got to talk about that. But I won't make up something for you. So that's why when people say different things come in, I've had people challenge me on, I know, because I have so much problem with redness in my eyes. If I don't keep these drops right next to me, my eyes just get bloodshot. But it's just from I don't sleep very much because don't get me wrong, it's not a complaint. I love doing what I do, but it's long days. And it's long days in front of a computer screen. So my eyes get bloodshot. And I can remember it several times if I forget to put in drops, people are always like, oh, you're baked. And I'll be like, no, I'm not baked. I've never been into getting baked. I've never been into pot smoking or anything like that. Just tired and fatigued eyes. And people will always challenge me on that. Well, why can't you just admit it? All the things I've admitted publicly, you think if I was smoking a doob, I'd have a problem admitting that? Who gives a fuck? Why on earth, of all the things you could mention, would I make that up? So yes, if I don't want to talk about something or don't want to give you an answer, I'll tell you that. I won't make up something to make myself look better or something. Brownie says, how tired are you of talking about TFS on your streams? Oh, never. I never get tired of TFS, so Brownie. Also, our Dokkan Discord says hi. Oh, very cool. Thanks, Brownie. I never tire of TFS. I mean, they're just, again, if it weren't for the gang here talking me into watching TFS's Dragon Ball Z Abridged, I would likely have never gotten into anime. And anime has become a ridiculous passion to me, so I never tire of TFS. But hi, our Dokkan Discord. Andrew says, ask him about the damn green screen. Spaz Kid is just a computer program. Spaz Kid is a computer program off at college learning about computer programming. Now that's some Matrix shit right there. Rosalina says, perhaps try some blue light blocking glasses. I got a couple pairs and they're a godsend. I should. My wife actually got me a screen that fits over your monitor. Oop, it's sitting right here. It's a blue light blocker as well. The one issue I've had with that is when I'm editing, I try and keep the colors as natural as I can. It makes that a little difficult. And I found, I think it's more lack of sleep than it is even from the computer. Just as what I've been able to determine by different things I do and how the eyes react. Like now, when we went away at Christmas time, by the third day away, actually second day, as soon as I started getting sleep, the eyes were fine.
Oh,
They might get a little dry at the end of the day, but they
yeah.
were fine. And that seems to have been the case. Even if I continue on doing computer stuff or things on in front of a screen, it's just that I sleep so few hours. I think that's what it is more than anything else. Oh, this should be good. Philip says, latest Trudeau fuckery or frackery, because Susan. He turned down a bill to increase measures against illegal firearms. Really? He's also pushing a bill to make online criticism of his party as hate speech. He's gone mad with power. Philip, that's, again, I've told you guys, I have my own, as we all do, we all have our own beliefs, our own takes on whatever issue of the day may be. There's very little that would get me out into the streets, starting to classify pretty much anything as hate speech and ban it outside of a direct threat to someone or something else. I don't think speech should be banned at all. And that's something that, I mean, is just, that's the line. That's the line in the sand that would be crossed by government for me if they did that here. I can't even imagine that. And we've got people in this country, you all see it, we've got people in this country who fully believe in that if the speech doesn't align with their perspective, then it should be hate speech. It's just like saying, well, no, I don't, let's bring up okay, I don't believe that, let's say it this way. I don't believe that people who are in this country illegally should be given a path to full citizenship because they circumvented the whole process and broke the law by coming to the country in the first place. Now, if you say that, there are factors in this society that want that classified as hate speech, as racist speech. And that's just fucking bullshit. And I would do whatever it took at any level to prevent that from happening in this country. If there's a call to arms, sign it up. and like I say, I don't say that lightly. There's very little that would get me that motivated. Willie says, hey, so I've decided to take my manga idea and turn them into light novels. Very cool. I've begun writing an early draft. If I actually publish, would you be interested in helping me promote? Well, it would depend on how you mean, Willie. Interesting in promoting in what way? We'd have to talk about it. We could talk about it in private chats. Hate speech is dangerous. Here's the thing, Pizza Man. What's equally or more dangerous is a generic term like hate speech and giving anybody the power to designate what is and what is not. Because once you start saying something like hate speech is dangerous, okay, who's going to be the arbiter of what is hate speech? Who gets to make that call? You're going to start wanting to put people in jail for the things they say. Who gets to decide what crosses the line? That's as dangerous as the hate speech itself. That's my point. Lick says, it's a good thing French people are predominantly white. Otherwise, I wouldn't be allowed to be racist towards them. Is hate speech the nickname for the mute? Tyler says. Exactly right, Rosalina. Perfectly put. Say whatever you want. Just be aware that people might not like you for it. And really, if people have takes that are truly racist or just truly vile, wouldn't you rather know who they are? I mean, I would. I'd rather know who the people are that think a certain way. Curtis 2024, a racist old man I can get behind, Willie says. Jack says, that's the problem with the left. They're Nazis in sheep's clothing using the excuse of peace to control people's speech. I never care about peace. I care about right and wrong. That's where I am, Jack. And again, and to be fair, I don't care which side aisle it comes from. When you talk about censoring someone's speech, yeah, I start to have serious issues. Wolverine says, as long as you aren't making derogatory comments to someone based on race or religion or intentionally causing panic. Right, I agree on intentionally causing panic. If you make a derogatory comment to someone based on their race or religion, I don't think that speech should be banned at all. Now, if you're calling for harm against them, that's different. You're talking about derogatory. As I've said, isn't it better to know who those people are that feel that way? I think you're better off knowing. And not only that, it's still America, and they're entitled to. If you don't like someone based on whatever, say it's religion, if you don't like Christians, you're entitled to that. You are not entitled to hurt them. You're not entitled to discriminate against them, and you're not entitled to encourage others to do so. But acceptance is something we ask of people, not something you can demand of people. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, Pizza Man. I gotcha. Sorry, more meant that term hate speech is dangerous. That I agree with 100%. Exactly right. Because as I said, when you start talking about hate speech, it's like, okay, who designates what's hate speech? And that's where we're going to run into some serious problems. Soder says, I'm going to be honest, I think they're a fringe. I think you've been spending too much time on the internet. They seem like a lot on the internet. No. I don't know that. What gave you the impression that I'm unable to disseminate the difference between an internet opinion and an opinion that's prevalent in society? What I said was there are a significant number of people, and there are. Just like if I say there are a significant number on the other side of white supremacist assholes, there are. It depends on what your definition of significant is. And I think that there is certainly a significant number of people who would readily get behind the idea of censoring speech that is not friendly to their own particular perspective. No worries, Soder. I'm able to differentiate between real life, real interactions, and what I see on the internet. Kaiser says, so just checked out Back Arrow, which is airing, episode 1. Naked amnesiac moron summons giant robot. Sounds like an interesting plotline, Kaiser. Iceway says, unfortunately, I ran into someone who believes all problems are from old white men. Don't know how to respond to that, as I kind of see myself as one. Yeah, it's unfortunate when people pigeonhole a group. But I've told you guys before, and living in a rural area like I do, and being an old white guy, I can guarantee you, probably the only people who could guarantee that racism exists more clearly than can I would be people who are experiencing it. Because when you live in a rural area and you're an old white dude, it's stunning how many people that you don't know or barely know will see you out in public and strike up a conversation and start throwing the N-word around or start talking about them goddamn ragheads or something and think nothing of it. Nothing of it.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, you got to be simpatico with me because you're old and your skin's white. It's pretty terrifying, actually. But do I want their speech banned? No. I'd rather know who these people are. Philip says the Conservative Party extended an olive branch, offering an alternative to penalizing legal gun owners through clamping down on illegal firearms. Trudeau turned it down. He wants to disarm Canucks. Yeah, there's no question in my mind that that's what Trudeau wants, Philip. That is now the far left here in this country, same thing. You got, Biden wants to go further with gun control than I am comfortable with, but Biden is clearly not looking to disarm the populace. But there is a segment of the Democratic Party on the far left that clearly wants to disarm. And I would consider Trudeau, well, I'm sure you would too, very far left anyway. Yeah, that would be a problem for me too. Nixtro says, Curtis, you're a good man. Well, thank you. In a Persian village, you would have a job as the village circumciser. Snip, 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 motherfuckers. I'm with that. I could get into a little cutting and jiving. Panic. This is a nice thing to say. Panic says, daily reminder that I love you all. Well, that's a very kind thing to say. I appreciate that. I love Free for All Fridays. God damn, I love every day we get to stream, whether it's just chat streams or gaming or whatever. It's just so much fun. I mean, thinking too, before we get the stream wrapped up, I'm debating with those songs. I'm trying to debate what to do. I've got two lined up, two pieces of music from the YouTube library there that I want to put lyrics to. One is creepy, very creepy in the way it sounds. And the other one is more lighthearted, and I'm going to do that one as a duet with my granddaughter. But this creepy one, I'm trying to decide whether to keep the lyrics in a totally creepy vein, or if in a more tongue-in-cheek, creepy, but kind of quirky and funny vein. I know that's not given very many specifics, but just based on that description, what would you guys say? Cut and run, Jacqueline. Run like hell. Especially if the circumcisions weren't scheduled and I was just doing them like a ninja. Kaiser says, funny how Biden seems more sane despite losing his grip on reality. Yeah, I've told you guys before, I don't have anything against Joe Biden. My concern with Biden, why I wouldn't vote for him, was I was afraid that he was going to be too influenced by the extreme wing of his party. But as far as his core beliefs and stuff, I don't have a lot of issues. I don't agree with him on a lot of things, but I don't have a lot of issue with Biden. Big Green says, I hate every single one of you. Lex says, you should hit up Kevin MacLeod. It's funny you mentioned that name, Lex. I think that one I'm talking about, the creepy one, is a Kevin MacLeod song. It's funny you say that. I'm pretty sure. Why does he have? He has a channel too, Lex? I'd have to look in my files. Let me look. Let me see. We hate you too. So emotional. Jack Queen says. Let me look. I think that creepy one is from him.
Oh,
that's really weird. You brought that up, Lex. I just gotta get to that folder. Yes, the creepy one is. It's the music is called "Come Play with Me." It's by Kevin MacLeod. That's weird. You brought that up. Wolverine says, check last post, and that is, when are you going to do the vid using the clips the Goosha sent you of something where they live? I told you guys I was having trouble with my voice, and I don't have it back. It still bothers me. You guys helped me out a lot. You guys were 100% right. Chrome brought it up. She's not here today. Chrome brought it up, and you guys backed her up. I think a lot of it was dehydration. I just wasn't drinking enough. Because when I started being conscious of that, I was able to sing some of the songs again. But the one I have planned for that is really challenging. And I know I can't come anywhere as close to those notes until this whole whatever's going on in my throat gets better. But it is getting better continually. So, let's see. Jack Quinn says, check last post. Will you shave me? Yes. Wink says, Wink trying off knife wound salesman. Knife wound salesman. Daily reminder that I would fuck every single one of you if given the chance. Oh, Rosie, you're moving to Texas? Really? Good for you. Good for you. I used to live in New Mexico. Spent a lot of time in my impersonation of Wolverine, Jack says. The check last post. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in Texas when I lived out in New Mexico. Monkey King, see your last comment? No, let me see if I can see it real quick. I don't think I caught your last one. I'll take a quick peek. All right, there you are. Growing up being bullied, being able to come home and watch your videos, I look forward to. Oh man, you guys, there's little in life I hate more than bullies. I didn't have a father, so it always helped when you gave advice in videos. I thought, that's very kind of you to say, Monkey King. And I'm really sorry you were bullied. That's a real point of contention for me. That's a tweak spot. Fucking bullies. There's nothing fucking worse. Oh, yikes. Rick says not a good impression. The last post was actually funny. You guys are brutal. Oh shit, it's a little after 2. I gotta go, guys. Guys, thank you for the stream so much. I appreciate it. Free for all Fridays are just simply the best. And especially days like today, I was having a good day anyway, and that's largely due to you guys. Had a lot of fun conversations in private messages over at the Goosh earlier. It just seemed like everybody was in an up mood. Just stuff that kept me up, in an upbeat mood all day. And this just intensified it more. So today's sticky stuff is extra hype. That's right. That's Free for All Friday sticky stuff, mind you, that is already of premium quality, and there's a little extra hype in it. There's a little extra happiness. It might. I'm just saying, you might orgasm. There's so much happiness that you might be going, I'm so happy, and it'll before you even know it. So be prepared, and certainly get out the officially licensed Free for All sticky stuff fanny packs, because it could be orgasmic. Sticky stuff is orgasmic. These outros just keep getting more and more creepy. I like it. Here it comes. Pampu, pampu. Sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you. I hear you. I hear people going, oh, as it's coming out. Sticky stuff for you. Comes go bang, okay? Flashly like buggy. And as always, most importantly, and come on, this is always fucking orgasmic. Goose, 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 goose. Mmm. Ooh.